Well, first of all, we need to ask ourselves the question, not what is next for Russia, not what will be the future of Russia, but rather what will be the future of Europe and what is next for us. And the answer is very simple. It's very grim at this time, but we need to face the facts. If we would not if we will allow Russia to win this war, and by winning, I mean if Russia is able to grab any portion of Ukrainian territory, be it Crimea or eastern Ukraine, Russia will attack again. This will be the only logical conclusion for Putin, that if he will be able to reap the fruits of his aggression, he will certainly continue in this policy. So if we want to be safe in Europe, there is one single solution, difficult to achieve, obviously, but there is no alternative. We need to defeat Russia. Russia must be defeated. It must be kicked out of Ukraine, because otherwise it will continue its attacks, it will attack other countries, and it will continue to be a persistent threat for global stability.
Of course, in the West, Ukraine borders Poland. Do you in Poland fear that Vladimir Putin could come after you if he's successful in Ukraine?
This is absolutely what he is going to do. He will not stop himself. If he is successful in any way against Ukraine, he will be coming for more, and he will be attacking other countries, Baltic states, Poland, Moldova, countries in Central Asia as well. He's very open about it, and his cronies and his political circles are very clear what they want to do. They are calling, as they name it, for denazification of several states. They're calling everyone Nazis. They're accusing everyone of being Nazi. Well, in fact, this is the only Nazi country, Nazi-like country today, Russia. The policies that they are inflicting, the war, which is based on purely genocidal tendencies. They want to eradicate Ukrainian identity, Ukrainian independence, eliminate Ukraine as a separate nation. They must be stopped, because otherwise they will certainly come for more. If we are talking about what is the result of this last year, one most important result is that we were able to help Ukraine to stop it. If we would not be able to do it, there will be much more leaders, much more dictators globally that would follow his lead.
Now, Poland and the Baltic states have been incredibly forthright in their support for the Ukrainians. Similarly, the United Kingdom and to some extent the United States and Canada as well. Countries in the Western Alliance, however, like France and Germany, have sometimes seemed a little bit slower to provide that support. What's your message to those politicians within France and Germany in terms of how necessary it is to keep up with the rest of the alliance?
Oh, these messages we have been sending over and over again, and we are happy to see that with some degree of success, considerable efforts have been quite successful, especially when it comes to supplying heavy equipment, tanks, Patriot systems, anti-missile, anti-aircraft systems. This is very important that this attitude is changing. We believe it's changing, still too slow, and still I wouldn't call it fully persistent and permanent, because unfortunately for many years Russia has been building a network of its supporters, of apologists all across Europe, corrupting politicians, leaders of opinion, in trade, in industry. Obviously, this was for money, but they were even able to corrupt top-tier European politicians, as the Chancellor of Germany rewarded with luxurious seats in Russian companies. So these people are still all across Europe. They are still maybe not very vocal today, but supporting Russia. If we want to change that, we need also to tackle this issue. If we won't do it, Russia will be able to rebuild its strength, and it will continue to inflict a lot of damage, not just in Ukraine, not just in Central Europe,